Well,
Mm-hmm.
how are you doing today?
Doing all right. I
Isn't
got off work today.
the official part of the interview? Just gotta, you know,
Oh yeah.
my ridiculousness in a bunny costume. This is part of the show now.
Oh yeah.
Nothing says serious interview like a bunny costume. So, all right.
Why isn't it showing you for me?
And this is what I was talking about. Like it shows. I brought it up, pointing at stuff with the bunny hand.
For some reason, it doesn't show you up on my follow channels thing yet. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know why Twitch does that. There's several people that have told me that I don't pop up on um when I go live. Like I don't pop up for some reason, but it's whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
I put out all the announcements, a tweet, my own Discord.
Yeah.
So,
That's so weird. Oh, it hasn't updated the channel art yet.
huh.
I put it up just a second ago. I threw something together super quick.
Oh, I can here. I can't do this with the bunny. Let's see here. Uh, where was it? Source.
I need to get that stupid trailer thing made. Or I keep forgetting about those trailer things that everybody's gonna put on their channels now. Keep forgetting about it.
Oh yeah, I have no idea how I'm gonna do mine. So, eh, I don't know
It's
anything
gonna
about.
be it's gonna be weird. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Oh no, you're fine. I don't know anything about video editing, so we'll see what happens.
It just takes practice. I do it all the time. I
Um,
do it for my work every once in a while too. So
oh cool.
yeah, just takes a little bit. It just told me that you went live, by the way,
Okay.
just now.
All
Still
right.
doesn't show you on the followed channels list though. It's weird.
Huh. Well. Okay.
Oh, huh.
Well, we can go ahead and get started. Um.
Yeah, for sure.
So everybody, welcome again to the third episode of Yawny After Dark, featuring ShadySpartans7. Um,
How's it going?
this is definitely an interesting one for me because this was one of the first people I actually got to meet that I didn't know in the Mushu clan before joining. This is one of the first new people I got to meet. I got to meet Spartan. Um, I don't remember. I feel like it was right when you started your channel, actually.
Yeah, it was so I started my channel in November of 2019. And it
Okay.
was probably I want to say I think I got really heavily into it after I want to say like 3 or 4 days with watching Mushu because I have a friend who is on my college Overwatch team who watches Mushu a lot, and literally the day I joined her Discord, she started the team, and I sent her a message right away. I was like, I want in, I want in, whatever it takes, I want in. So yeah, it was like maybe a week after that. You popped onto my stream while I was playing Reach. I was playing
Yeah, Halo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I don't remember what map it was, but I remember you popped in there and you guys bombed me with follows, and that was amazing. I was so happy.
Yeah, that was yeah, it was interesting because that was one of the things where I felt I could really help out myself because I do a lot of stuff where I lurk, but I don't know anything. I know we have people managing the Twitter, the YouTube channel, doing video editing, doing graphic design editing, and I don't really know how to do any of that stuff. But I was like, you know what? I can at least help out with follows and stuff like that, and advertising for somebody.
Oh yeah.
Especially because I got to meet you and you were super friendly, super awesome. Um, so with streaming, you kind of explained a little bit about what got you started. But had aside from Mushu, had you really been to Twitch much before then, or was it kind of a novel experience? Or
I got my introduction to Twitch through so a little bit of a rewind on the history for me.
okay,
I used to be a console gamer. I used to play on Xbox, and I've been on there for almost 10 years, and I've been playing
okay,
for a really long time. And I played Halo for a real long time. And when Twitch came out on the Xbox One and they allowed you to stream from your Xbox, I started doing that. long time ago. I kind of fell out of it because I found it kind of boring just sitting there by myself with nobody to talk to, you know. And I kind of quit for a really really long time. And I eventually moved over to YouTube, and I was doing YouTube stuff for a long time,
Okay, cool.
making like music videos and little skits, and I even do like I told you in our DMs, I work at a paintball shop and retail and everything like that. So I make videos about paintball when I can, and eventually it got to the point where there was a lot of stuff going on YouTube that was kind of scaring me because I
Hmm.
wanted to really push to get monetized and all that stuff, and I was like, dude, it's not worth it. All the money's been made there. There's nowhere to go.
Right.
So, because another thing, I'm currently a digital and graphic design major in college.
Oh,
So
awesome.
I wanna get into like all the like entertainment stuff with like TV production and all that jazz.
Right.
So I want to get into all that stuff, and I was like, Twitch would be a really good like starting point to try and like build a little community and use that on a portfolio and all that stuff. So I have like friends from school help me make all the art that I do. My mascot that I have, Cassia the Spartan, is a she's a love project of one of my friends who is a really really good artist. She has her own like video game she's trying to make and all that stuff. But
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
that's that's how I really got into all that stuff. And it kind of just went on from there ever since joining Mushu. I kind of just want to keep going, you know.
So, what's your plan following college? As far as getting into what industry do you want to, I mean, is there a particular company you want to work for, or?
Well, recently, so up until probably about a couple months ago, I really 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 wanted to work for Rooster Teeth Productions out of Austin for a
Red
long
versus
time.
blue.
Dude, that show got me hooked on anything and everything to do with production and all that stuff. I love how they are really transparent with a lot of the stuff that they talk about, and they show you a lot of the stuff, how they do it and all that stuff. It's really cool. But yeah, up until recently I really wanted to work with them. But it seems like they're kind of going through some stuff
Mm,
from what I've been seeing every once in a while. So I'm kind of like, I don't know yet, I don't know. But um, now it's more so I think I'm going to try and go into local TV or something like that, just
okay.
so that I can get my shoes wet,
Yeah.
my feet wet.
Yeah.
So
Because I remember, didn't Monty work for Rooster Teeth?
yep, Monty
Yeah.
Ohm worked for Rooster Teeth and
Yeah.
he passed away.
I
And
know.
then I heard they had to fire, I think it was like 80 or 90 people
Wow.
not too long ago. I heard their VP got arrested. A whole bunch of stuff going on over there. So
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
yeah, I think, that's kind of what I did. I can attest to, I kind of started local with journalism, and
Mhm.
it's one of the best things you can do because when you start local, you start to get the ear, so to speak, of everybody around, especially if you do good
Mhm.
work. It's a lot easier to grow and be discovered doing stuff locally, at least
Yeah.
starting out. So I think that that's a really good direction to go. As far as, streaming and stuff like that, uh, question I ask pretty much everybody is, what was it like your first experience turning the stream on, hitting that go live button? What was it like?
Uh, well, so again, like I told you, I had been doing YouTube stuff for a while. So
Right.
so for me, it was kind of more of a I had to realize that I wasn't by myself, because
Mhm.
when you're recording on your own, you're just looking at a monitor and you got your start recording button and you can talk to people, but you don't really see the live reaction. And it's a little interesting because I'm kind of a well we'll say to newer people I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I don't really like talking to people. I assume a lot of people on Twitch are like that, because we get to hide behind the computer screen and not really have to see anybody. But um, it was really crazy when you start seeing those first followers that you don't know, and you see the people who will come in and subscribe, and you barely know them, and they really want to see you keep going and all that stuff. And it's just crazy how tight some of the communities in Twitch can get really fast, and people really really want to see you. Like make it, or at least get to a point where you're stable on Twitch and you want to keep going. But yeah, it was a wild ride, especially in the very beginning when I was. I mean, you guys in the the Yawny community were like dropping follows like crazy and really getting me up there to affiliate, and I was pretty excited. So yeah,
I'm super elated that we could help you out. Yeah, I know that it's for a lot of people it's interesting because I've heard several of the top streamers, I won't name their names, but one of them might have gotten banned recently for 24 hours. But they're very more reserved, quiet, shy outside of their stream. And I think that for a lot of people, streaming is a very interesting dynamic because you're able to connect with so many people at once, but it's still in a comfort zone.
oh yeah,
It's not going up on stage in front of 2,000 people or playing in a state. I mean, because we take like what is it? Let's see real quick here. So we got Summit uh one. He has 18,000 people. I think that's a stadium, and
yeah.
it's when you see that live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's interesting. Could somebody I always wonder about the pros and like League of Legends tournaments and stuff that I would watch and for Dota and all that. And I mean, these massive arenas that are just filled. But we get to keep that in a more condensed. It seems almost digestible for the person behind the camera uh, viewpoint. So it's interesting. More and more people I think that are introverted are able to connect through Twitch, which is awesome.
Oh
Um,
yeah, you get just like you said. I mean, you got people that are filling up a stadium. Just yesterday, the Escape from Tarkov drops started coming out, and Pestily had 158,000 people watching him. It's
that's
freaking nuts.
that's pretty sure that's a city. It's a
It's
small
nuts.
city.
Yeah, it's crazy to think that people just sitting in their bedroom can get that many people on their stream watching them. It's nuts.
So there's something I want to ask you because you actually, when you talk about YouTube, you have a unique perspective because a lot of people don't come from they might have been around with Twitter and Facebook and all that stuff. I mean, I'm not talking about Facebook gaming. Hi, Jane. I'm talking about stuff like just social media, older social media that's been around for a little bit. But coming from YouTube, how do you think? And again, not holding you this, it's just your personal opinion. With YouTube gaming and all that stuff, how do you think they'll match up currently, in terms of Twitch?
Uh, the streaming aspect of it, I don't think ever is going to be as big. They can
Okay.
try as hard as they can, but I don't ever think it's going to be as big. Twitch is Twitch has been around for a long time, even though it's not been called Twitch. You got the whole Justin TV
All right.
years or whatever. But I think what you're going to see a lot of is you're more. It already happens now, where Twitch is the kind of let's all hang out spot,
Right.
and YouTube's the kind of like let's find the person spot. Like the more videos you put out on there, the bigger your net is. Whereas on Twitch, I don't really think there's an algorithm to help you find other channels. So I think that's what more so YouTube has going for it. But the next few years is going to be interesting because of all the new restrictions that people are getting on there and what you're allowed to do, what you're allowed to say. It's I don't know. It's
You're talking about on
interesting.
YouTube?
Oh yeah, on YouTube.
Okay.
100%. Yeah, because I know there's new things out with the what was it, the Kappa stuff that came out with
Mhm.
that scared a lot of people away. Um, just because if you get caught, uh, not necessarily caught, but if you make a mistake and your video ends up being a mature video that shows up on a um, kid's tag, they can sue you for up to like $40,000. And a
Wow.
small guy like me, if I get caught in a mess like that, it's over. You know.
Right.
So that was the kind of the point where it sent me over to Twitch. But I know there's a lot of other stuff going on there too that's kind of scary. But yeah, I mean, YouTube definitely has its like streaming platform and everything. I know Owl just moved over there for
Right.
their seasons and stuff like that. But without more if they were to do kind of what a move like Mixer did with Ninja and Shroud going over there,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think YouTube's really going to be that big of a competitor to Twitch. You know.
Right. Sorry, I gotta adjust the bunny hood. Um,
No worries.
um, yeah, because it's an interesting perspective because I've talked to several people and it's kind of a phenomenon where YouTube still has the monopoly, if you will, on videos that are edited, right? Heavily edited a lot of times. They're not in their
Yeah.
full
Yeah.
format.
Hmm.
Instead of made for TV, it's made for YouTube, and it's just interesting. But I think with situations like you were talking about, I think even perhaps even more influential, Joe Rogan leaving to go to Spotify.
I
Uh,
saw that. I saw that.
I think
It's
more and
crazy.
more people are going to take their business elsewhere, so to speak,
Hmm.
if their needs can't be met. But it's interesting that, like I said, it's interesting because a lot of people go to Twitch and then they start to branch out into YouTube. You went to YouTube and then started to branch out into Twitch. Um, as far as let's bring it back towards the games because like I said, the first thing that I saw you playing was Halo Reach.
Hmm.
Um, what are some of the games that were just super influential for you growing up?
Right out of the gate, it was Halo, dude. I played my first Halo game. I played Halo CE in 2002. I was really young, little guy. I was like 5 or 6, so I was real little playing that game.
Right.
Um, I got my first original Xbox in 2005, right when the
Okay.
360 was about to come out in 2006 era, right about then. So I got Halo 2 on a bootleg copy because at the time, my parents and I were living in Kentucky,
Okay.
and we were doing all right, but we didn't have the money, the extra income for that kind of stuff. So I got a bootleg copy for $5, and I played the living crap out of that game, man. It was awesome. And then eventually Halo grew into Reach and everything like that, and I almost played for it was either a semi-pro team or a pro team. I don't know because I don't think they're around anymore. But I know their network is still a thing on YouTube. Exile Gaming Network
Oh, okay.
(XGN).
That's awesome.
They merged with KSI at the time that I was going to play for their competitive team. I was like 12 or 13. I can't remember exactly. I know it was like sixth grade. Because I remember they told me they wanted to fly me out to Austin to play with them, and I'm like, I'm 12. I can't do that.
Can my
um,
parents come?
yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
buy them a ticket too.
So yeah, so there was that, and then uh, I played a lot of COD. I played COD Black Ops 2 all the way up until it kind of died. Um, Played a lot of like Civilization and all that stuff, but then I picked up Overwatch and kind of ran with that all the way up into college, and now I play for the club team at my college. So yeah, I do all that stuff.
Okay, so you've been so realistically competitive games. That's been
Oh
one of the
yeah,
biggest
oh
driving
yeah,
forces. What is it about competitive games? I mean, because you have people um, over here, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form being dismissive of what somebody's enjoyment is, but you have somebody over here who enjoys Animal Crossing, somebody over
oh
here
yeah,
that enjoys Pokemon, and then somebody over here that enjoys, ultra competitive games. I mean, not to say that
yeah.
there's not a competitive league for Pokemon,
Oh
but
yeah, yeah. Um, well, so for me, I was into sports when I was younger and everything like
okay.
that, and I still kind of am. And I played college hockey for a year. Um, so I've always been like a super competitive person. Like if you met me in person and we went, let's just say ice skating, right? I'm gonna make sure that I'm the best ice skater out there. Like that's just me.
Okay.
um, I'm just a super ultra competitive person, and when I was playing, Halo and COD, everybody else there is competitive, and even if it's like a quick play, I gotta win. Like I have to win. So, but I also know that we're there to play, have fun, and all that stuff. So I make it. There are times where you can mess around, and I do it quite often. You'll throw a game or two and then have fun. You're like, all right, let's get serious. Um, but But yeah,
He's
I mean,
saying
it's
he
just
plays Bastion with no shields. No.
I play that all the time. I do it all the time. No, no, but like a game that I've been playing recently because it's big now. Escape from Tarkov. That stuff that I we were talking about with Pestily. Um, I play that a lot, and all I do in that, if I'm bored, I'll just go in with a pistol and just run around and be a nuisance to everybody else. So it's just something fun to do. But yeah, competitive gaming, it's been around and for me a lot. So I've been around it a lot. I grew up watching Optic Clan and Phase videos and all that stuff.
Okay.
So I was into the quick scoping scene when that was a thing. I was into all that stuff. I used to play against like people like Phase Apex and all that jazz. I used to play against some of the big dogs back then. It was kind of fun.
So, was somebody with a sports background in terms of what was it you played?
I played D3 college hockey at Indiana Tech.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So coming from the physical sports like hockey, football,
Hmm.
baseball, that stuff. Um, what do you think? I mean, do you think that there is a growing appeal for athletes like yourself that once you're no longer playing collegiate sports or high school sports, if you're not going into the pro league, do you think that there is a growing allure, if you will, for athletes to get that
Oh yeah.
competition?
Yeah, 100%, man. I know a lot of the guys that I played hockey with weren't gamers. If they were, they were casual. They were just there to have fun and mess around, like on Fortnite and stuff. But um, if like in my case, I had a really nasty knee injury my last year, and I decided body health is better than playing until I break myself.
Right.
Um, you really once it's over and you don't have anywhere to show that competitiveness or put all your focus on something, it's a really really bad place for athletes, because that's all you live for. Because I know I had a really bad stint of like depression and stuff right after I got done playing because that was my life for 8 years. Just that was it every day, nonstop for 6 hours a day. That was hockey. And now it's kind of easier to branch out into the stuff like video games and creative outlooks like playing guitar and uh, playing paintball and driving out to these places to go see things and going to concerts and all that stuff. You get to do that a lot more, but you still have the ability to focus, like especially on like the competitive side of gaming. Now I'm not saying like the guys that are on the pro teams where you're at a house playing for 23 hours a day, because I know some teams do that. But you really do get like to really focus on it just like you would in like a college sport, and especially if you get into a really really nice program, kind of like where I'm at my college, Indiana Tech. We have a whole facility just dedicated for the players.
Really?
We have 24 stations that are all dedicated with really really nice computers, DX racer chairs for every single seat. You literally have like your own station at the school to play at. And it's super, super nice. You can go on scholarship for it. You can get a full ride there if you want. It's awesome.
So. Is this something that is because I'm a boomer, so I've been out of college for a little bit. Is this something that's becoming, to your knowledge, is this something that's becoming more and more commonplace in the universities and the collegiate atmosphere? Is like a
Oh
growing.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. The Overwatch league that I play in is the TESPA Collegiate Series, and that series has, as far as to my knowledge, the last year's competition had almost 500 schools in it.
Wow.
So I mean, it's starting to become bigger, and I think this year they had more, but right now because of COVID, they're kind of struggling keeping teams in. I
Okay.
know, like I want to say like 20% of the teams canceled because the tournament got pushed back, but because I've been watching the Discord and it's been a mess. But I mean, there's a lot of teams. Like my team is in the 26th round of 26th group of 10. So there's a lot of schools, and even like my school now is even trying to expand the program and add more games to the program so that people can play, and they're trying to bring more people in. I know Trine, which is up north of me, just they just opened up their esports thing. Another school, Manchester, which is pretty far away from me, just opened their esports thing. So I mean, it's growing, it's getting big.
Yeah, I think one of the things that people have overlooked with gaming that kind of snuck up on people is that gaming is something, if you need to, you can have a house over here with six players. Speaking of Overwatch terms, you can have a house over here with six players compete with a house over here with six players on a national stage if
Mm-hmm.
the arena gets shut down or something for whatever reason, or they can't have gathering of a large group of people. You could
Mm-hmm.
still have that go on.
Yeah.
Whereas, in some cases with sports you can, but let's be, you know, completely honest here. Gamers grow up in the home, not surrounded by entire arenas.
Yeah.
It's not,
Yeah.
you can just as easily watch, have 300K people watching a Dota tournament between just two opposing teams in a room, uh, and not have any of the loss of the feel of the excitement. Whereas I've seen some of the basketball arenas just vacant, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a very sad sight. I don't know how else to
Oh
describe it.
yeah.
It's very
Yeah.
very haunting. Um, okay, so as far as competitive games, you kind of explained that a little bit, but what is the driving force for you, behind streaming in terms of, because we all have our days where it's kind of a little rough, or we didn't have the best day outside of the stream. And what is it that keeps you going, or um, how do you sometimes hit that again, that go live button, even if you might not necessarily feel up to it?
Right now, especially since my community is so small, I don't really have a whole lot of people that really like jump in and say hi every once in a while. I just have maybe my artist and a mod that come in every once in a while and just say hi. But it's really just mostly just like the want to like make that community, and have those people, because I play with a lot of the people that I try to put in into the little Spartan community, the Spartan army. Um, I try to play with a lot of them, so they they really, I try to just be friendly to, and I really want to just make a whole bunch of friends through that, and then I want to be able to show and help people, maybe if they don't really understand how to play a game, or certain things. I know I'm not like the greatest tank player in Overwatch, only at 2606, but 2605, but there's definitely things that people don't really notice about some of the smaller guys out there, and I really want to like try and give people that home, that they can have. I want to keep it a tight brotherhood and sisterhood, you know. So
Well, and I
yeah,
uh, I, I concur with that 100%. I think that we all have that dream. I think, well, I can't say everybody, but I think a very large portion of us have that dream of, getting partnered. And even if we didn't necessarily have that dream, if the experience came, we would be, beyond jubilant. I think that would
yeah.
be something that we would be all excited about.
Mhm.
And in the process of that, though, getting these tight knit communities and building friendships with people, um, that hang on one second, I gotta
No
I
worries,
feel
bud.
feel
I'm watching the stream. I see it.
so Lixie, thank you so much, buddy. Love you too. Thank you so much for the tier one. Uh, these tight knit communities. It's the core foundation of who we are. It becomes not just um, it becomes an extension of who we are as people, as streamers, as representations, of our own community. It's kind of give
Mhm.
and take. So I might do that later on, Primo. I'm doing a Primo. You want to stay for this? This dude, you have a lot in common. You have and Spartan have a lot in common. Uh, Primo was a very high level Halo player as well, and he went
Oh yeah.
pro in Overwatch.
Oh,
Uh,
sick, man.
he was a tank player.
Oh,
Um,
that's awesome.
But yeah, it's it's an awesome experience getting to meet new people, getting to meet you, getting to meet other people in the Mushu clan. Um,
Hmm.
and yeah, I like I said, I concur 100%. I think that that's one of the driving forces is our communities. You know, when people want to see the oh um
Hype.
yeah hype when people they ask you where you been, where's stream been, stuff like that. And I think that that starts to we do realize that we're making we're making strides in friendships and building new families that we might not realize at first. And then we start to realize that people do miss us, because I think we all have that, right, where it's we're streaming,
Hmm.
and then somebody that comes into our chat, we're like, are they gonna miss me if I'm not streaming for a couple days? And then we find out that in a lot of cases they do. Like,
Oh
holy
yeah.
crap, I didn't
Oh yeah.
realize this. Um, well, yeah, I mean, I definitely understand about building from the bottom and kind of working your way up. What are your goals going forward as far as streaming? Do you have any in particular or
Honestly, not really. I know a lot of people after they hit affiliate, they're like, "Let's get that partnered," but
right?
that's a long way away. That's a long way away. And I know that for me, I'm definitely a small voice in a huge crowd, because you got everybody playing game and stuff on Twitch and everything, and a lot of the games that I like to play are fairly niche. One of the ones that I was telling um, one of my other streaming friends, Hoodie Mel, about I was telling her that I play like War Thunder, and War Thunder's like teeny tiny community, teeny tiny on Twitch, because I think the biggest one on there is Fly Daily, and he gets probably like 300 viewers a stream. That's tiny compared to a lot of other people, but to us, I mean, it's huge. So, but I honestly, I just want to try and get to a point where it doesn't feel like uh, I'm just alone in it. I want to kind of like set up a thing where I have like kind of like what Mushu did, where she has a stream team that is full of smaller community members that all kind of work together. I want to have something like that, just a little bit smaller, so that we can all play together and we have that little that little content creation group. Make it easy on everybody and we all help each other. That'd be nice to get there one day, but to get there, I guess I need to get partnered, huh?
Well, yeah,
So
I think you could always just from my personal input, I think you could always break it down into, yes, partner being the ultimate goal. But I remember that Darker for Serenity, if those of you who don't know him, he is a partnered streamer. He uh, mostly does ASMR streams, and he was actually the first person who was partnered at TwitchCon. They announced his partnership at TwitchCon, and super awesome dude. By the way, I know that he put forward like a little step-by-step plan to get partnered, and then it just kind of, took off. But I think sitting one of the best things that you can do as a streamer and as a person is breaking stuff down. Right?
yeah.
It's one of the things that they always teach you in college. If you go into any type of writing department, they teach you about the outline. Right? And
Hmm.
so many people ignore the outline, but I'm telling you, as somebody that's had to write a 30-page paper for their capstone, it's much easier to break it down into an outline or into step-by-step progressions than it is to try to tackle it all at once. And so I think that that would be a piece of advice that I would impart to you as well, because I think it's awesome that you have a goal in mind for your community. I think a lot
Hmm.
of people have goals in mind, um, and I'm not speaking ill of people, but I think a lot of people have goals in mind for themselves, and they're hoping that it follows in place that the community picks up. But I think that having people that you are already concerned with, I think is phenomenal.
Yeah.
that you don't want to, and that's one of the things about Mushu Clan, Team Lunatic, all these people that I've met, these wonderful people, is that they're concerned with the people around them as well. Um,
Yeah.
so I think that that's phenomenal. Well, with the Mushu Clan, you know, how's your experience been? Um,
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, I got picked to be one of the editors for the YouTube channel, and I did the episode 3 editing for the stream highlights for the team.
oh, okay.
I also made the team thumbnails for part 3 and part 4. So uh, I'm having a pretty good time. I know I'm not on there a whole lot. I'm probably not on there interacting with everybody as much as I should be, but I do raid people every once in a while when I can. Normally, it's only when I have a pretty decent viewer count, um, just to help people out. But yeah, I've been doing a little bit of the editing, and I think my turn is coming up here soon. I think we just went through the rotation on editors, so I think we're back at the top, and I'll be probably back for episode seven, yeah. So
Well, I think that one of the awesome things is because I don't know if you've heard me tell this story. I tell this I tell this story a bunch, but I always tell people, people wonder, can it be done? Can you get partnered? Can you grow your stream? And even if you get, people, can you get partnered? Well, even if you get partnered, where do you go from there? Mushu averages about 5 to 800 viewers now, and
mm-hmm.
I remember when it was me and 6 other people in our chat. It was me, Abu, Trepan, Sept, Eclipse, trying to think
You've
of
been in it for the long haul with her, huh?
Clive, and I had come and go in it's personal issues that I wasn't always on Twitch as much
Yeah, I feel
as I should have been um, to support everybody that I love, but um, with Mushu in particular, I have seen somebody I tell everybody I've seen somebody with 6 to 7 viewers growing to 5 to 800.
you.
So
Mm-hmm.
it can be done. It's a tremendous amount of hard work. Don't ever underestimate that. But yeah, and I think that having somebody, in a team that works on that grind, I think that she completely understands, when we're there, when we're not there. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think that one of the best things about it is that, there's, what did Gasklin say there? There's 56 people in the stream team right now. Um,
Something like that. There's a lot.
and I haven't had the chance to meet everybody. I hope I get the chance to meet everybody, but I haven't.
Oh yeah.
And but what's awesome is that you can form connections with people um, on top of the streamer, herself, the stream leader. Keeping in contact, recognizing you, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And I think it's because there's a lot of people I think they, and I have a personal connection as well with the other stream team that I'm on, especially with Eclipse, Luis.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things where I think a lot of stream teams just invite people and that's it, and and that's
Yeah. Yeah.
good luck. You got your badge and pat on the back, and it's awesome to have the connectivity that we do as a community. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
as far as games coming out in the future, is there anything that you're excited about?
I mean, Overwatch 2 is like everybody's excited for that. I'm really excited for the interlocking shields, bro.
He's playing Bastion again. No, I'm sorry.
Oh heck yeah, heck yeah. Um, no, but Halo Infinite's looking great from the little bits that we've gotten of that. I'm pretty excited. Gonna see the end of the Chief story probably. That'll be pretty sick. Still keeping an eye on Tarkov. Just moving, watching that develop. Um,
Have you read any of the
there's a
Halo novels?
Yeah, actually, I've got Primadorium, and I'm currently reading the New Blood series of ODST stuff.
Okay, I haven't had a chance to pick them up myself. Are they any good?
I really like the ODST stuff. They
Okay.
really so after Halo 3 ODST, they pick up right after that, like right at the end of the war.
Okay.
and you explore what happens to the team in between Halo 3 and Halo 4. Well, Halo 5, really. It goes all the way up to 5. But, yeah, you also find out what happened to June after Halo Reach, which is fun. You get
Okay.
to learn where he went. Um, you learn what happens to Rookie and Mitch and or Mickey, not Mitch. His name's Mickey. Can't believe I got that wrong. And Dutch. You get to learn what happens to all of them, and Romeo and Dare. So it's pretty interesting. The Primadorium series, I didn't really understand. I probably need to reread it. It's about a human on an installation way back in like the Forerunner times, so it's kind of weird.
Hmm.
The writing's strange because I don't think he's supposed to know how to like write. I don't know. It's weird.
Hmm.
I do know that they have the Fall of Reach series came out. I read that. Um, I know some of the older novels are pretty good, like the Thursday War and stuff like that. So I know those novels are pretty good. Uh, but you want to know the real novel that I'm in love with, right?
Sure.
I'm in
Absolutely.
love. I'm in love with Ender's Game, man. That
Ah,
book, that book was so freaking good.
PogChamp.
It's such a good.
Yes.
That is such a good book. I
Orson
read that
Scott
whole
Card.
series. I read that whole series. I read the Shadow series. I read the stuff about Ender's kids. I read all that stuff, man. I was into that
I
deep.
I would I would highly recommend two books to you. If
Okay.
number one is of course the classic Frank Herbert's Dune.
Yeah.
If you have not read that, then the other one that I would recommend is and I know people have seen the movie, and the movie is a great cult classic, B-list sci-fi film, but Starship Troopers.
I love that movie too. I love that
Yeah,
movie so
the
much.
movie's good. Like I said, it's definitely a cult classic. A bunch of memes in it, but
Mm-hmm.
and Neil Patrick Harris.
Yep.
Uh, but do yourself a favor and read Robert Heinlein's uh, Starship Troopers.
I'll look into it.
It is vastly different um,
I'll look
than
into
the
that.
it's actually more along the line with Ender's Game than you would probably
Oh yeah.
suspect. It's very very well written, um, and Ender's Game, yeah, I think that's an amazing sci-fi series. I've read the other books. Ender's Game will of course always be my favorite out of them, but
Oh yeah.
I think that the series as a whole is very very good. But yeah,
Yep.
Dune and Starship Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I should send you a
or
picture on Discord of my copy of Ender's Game that I have. That book's beat. That book is beat. I've read it so many times.
uh, and then I just realized hang on one second. I think yeah, there we go. Okay. Another one that is really really great is the Forever War by Joe Heldman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a really 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 good series as well. Would highly recommend that. I love sci-fi. I have a collection. We'll have to exchange pictures of the battered books sometime.
For
So,
sure. Yeah.
some people what was it? Start a Discord channel. Be like, don't send me selfies. Send me your tattered, worn
Your tattered
pages.
books. Show
Yeah.
me show me those red books.
Yeah. Uh,
Oh man.
so, uh, okay. Let's see. I got my little questions here. Oh, we got sidetracked with novels, and then I forgot where I was at because now all
Oh,
I'm thinking about.
I got one more for you. I
All
got one
right, all
more for
right,
you
all
that I
right,
really really love.
all
You
right.
ready?
Oh,
Okay. So it's an old
what's the
one
one
and
of yours?
it's a little bit geared towards like the younger audience, but I loved it as a kid and it was a really really good read. Do you know who Jerry Spinelli is?
I don't think I do.
Okay, so he made a book called Milkweed, and Milkweed is about a Polish boy in the Warsaw Ghetto during World War II. And I am a nut for anything that's World War II, right?
Okay.
That is my favorite novel about any World War II situation ever. That book right there was like I read that thing like 20 times. It was such a good book.
I
So good.
I think for me personally, when I'm thinking of stuff like that's World War II, I think of the author that inspired the Band of Brothers
Yep.
HBO show because
Mm-hmm.
he wrote the book Band of Brothers. It's Stephen Ambrose, um, who I think passed away not too long ago, but um, it was a fantastic read. I definitely recommend that if you can find the
Yep.
novelization of Band of Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look that up now. Stephen Ambrose. Let's see. Oh, okay. It was a while ago. He passed away in 2002. Okay.
Also, like right after the series was made,
Yeah.
it came out in like 1998,
Oh, did it?
something like that. It was no, it was. Was it after Saving Private Ryan or before? I think it was before.
No. Band of Brothers was. Are you talking about the TV show?
I'm talking about the TV show.
No, Band of Brothers was like.
Is it like 1995?
No, I
I
think it
can't
was
remember.
way later than that. Let
It might
me.
have been 2001. I don't remember. It was. I know that they were close because Saving Private Ryan and Band of Brothers came out really close to each other. It
2001.
was after. It was after. So it was 2001 because Saving Private Ryan came out in 1998. I think. Yes, I might be right. I can't remember. But yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm so happy to meet somebody that's was it sci-fi war? Is that like
Sci-fi World War II.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, because the newest thing that's coming out for me that I'm really interested in is the Warhammer 40K series.
oh really?
I'm really starting to get into that. I watched a friend recommended to me the Astartes series that's coming out on YouTube, and I watched that, and I'm really getting into it. So, yeah,
I will have to I'll have to pick that up. I know that there's a ton of people um that use the Warhammer memes, and I remember the Warhammer 40K the little figurines that would be
yeah,
used in the board games and stuff like that. So my stepbrother
yeah,
and I, it was funny because our parents were never going to buy us the board games, but they thought it was somehow constructive to paint the figures. Um, so we would get the figures, right, and we would paint them.
yeah,
And actually, hey, give me 1 second. Here, I'll show you. Give me 1 second. I'm going to get them.
for sure, for sure.
I had to get these. I had to get these. Okay. Um, so this first one, uh, I made a um, Imperial Guardsman from Star Wars look like he works at McDonald's. Um,
Yeah,
he's got the red and I was like 4 when I did that. And so
oh, that's awesome.
I got the little, but also here's one from old school Warhammer, old school. His sword actually broke off, so I have
Oh
to.
no. But yeah, ever since watching that
Ah,
series, man, I've wanted to
almost,
play the tabletop.
almost dropped him.
So, oh dang,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, so we used to get those, and we would paint those, and I also have one that's I think a Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park that I painted. I don't know. It's a bunch of whole stuff. We had a shed, and we would um, my father had a work shed that he would do woodworking and complicated stuff while we would paint figurines, bonding
That's
and all that
awesome.
stuff.
That's
Um,
awesome.
well, Spartan, I think is there anything else that you would want to say or you'd want to talk about?
Um, you know, I'm kind of just excited that I got the chance to be on here and talk with you. It's not often when somebody gives you that kind of opportunity to. go on their channel and just talk about yourself. So I
I
really
think
do appreciate it.
I mean this has been incredible for me because every single person has had an amazing story to tell, and I'm sure that going forward everybody's individual unique story will be amazing, but you always get kind of nervous as I guess the host or whatever position I would be assumed to be under, that people gonna talk, gonna you know be able to you know articulate, and you've done a fantastic job. Gaslin's done a fantastic job. Darko's done a fantastic job. It's been the most wonderful and honestly easy experience for me because I've done interviews before for magazines and stuff,
Oh yeah,
and you ask somebody like, so what made you want to do this, and they're like, I like ice cream. Like, okay, well,
that's a great one.
yeah,
I
like
like ice cream too,
yeah,
buddy.
yeah,
But I mean that
yeah.
doesn't make me want to stream.
Yeah, what made you decide to open an ice cream shop? Like, there had to be more to it than that. Like, nope. Like, okay.
Yeah,
Um,
that's the kind of answer my boss at work would give you, man.
oh,
Like a paintball shop, he'd be like, "So why you want to open a paintball shop?" I just love paintball, man. It's like
uh,
what?
yeah. So this has been an absolute dream experience for me because I get to um, use skills that I not only did I develop, but I was really having a great time with in doing journalism, and I get to revisit that. But it's been awesome getting to hang out, getting to talk with you all. Like I said, you all have been absolutely wonderful, best guest anybody could ask for. And let me give another shout out real quick. Again, for everybody who is just joining us or who has not had the pleasure to catch the previous notification, we are interviewing or wrapping up the interview with ShadySpartans7. He's part of the Mushu clan, and he is an absolute awesome dude. The Yawny community, the honors, have a close bond. Uh, we as a collective helped. I mean, obviously, him being the streamer, he helped himself, obviously.
Yeah,
But
I'm more than willing to admit you guys are like the reason I stayed with streaming.
oh
That
well,
is a that is that is a big thing because where I was at, sitting at like what was it, 32 followers, and you guys jumped in there and you bumped me up to get to the affiliate spot. That really meant a lot, and I really do appreciate it, and I do thank all of you.
well, I'm again, I'm elated that we could do that, and I would love it if we could keep that going. So, anybody who hasn't had the chance to meet Spartan, drop a follow, say hi in chat. It would be an experience that you definitely won't regret because Spartan is an awesome person.
Thank
Um,
you a lot.
with that being said, I think we'll go ahead and wrap it up. And tomorrow, we will have here. Let me bring this up real quick. For anyone interested, again, this will be up. I'll leave this up as long as Twitch will let me. For the, I think I have 30 days is what I have my VODs for. This will be up. You all can come back and watch it if you missed the beginning. Would highly recommend it. It was definitely a fascinating interview. So tomorrow we're going to have Sleepy Bear on. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, should be an awesome time. So hopefully you all can join us for that. And I guess we will end it there. So Spartan, thank you so much for coming on.
Hey, thanks a lot. You mind if I throw a plug in real quick?
Absolutely, go for it.
All right, so my Overwatch team is playing on Sunday at I believe 6 o'clock EST. I will have more information on that later, but we are playing in a TESPA match, and we are 4-1 right now. So we're trying to make a run for the national championship. So it'd be awesome if you guys would stop by and say hi and watch us try and play. But I do understand if you're not unable to make it. But yeah, again, I do appreciate being able to come on. Thank you for being such a great host and everything like that, and giving everybody the opportunity. Um, Yeah.
Well, why don't you just as kind of a final note, why don't you DM me that and I'll put that in announcements.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. Let me go in game battles real quick because that's where our test was being, our match is being held on.
Or if you would I can
Telegram.
permit you real quick if you want to post the link in chat too.
Oh, it looks like actually. Yeah. It looks like the team that we were supposed to play actually dropped out. So never mind.
Oh, okay.
Um, I am going to be streaming that day anyways, just for practice because we do have to play. But it looks like the team that we were supposed to play dropped, so we do. I guess we have a victory at 5-1 now.
Do you
So
see how awesome the honors are through through we made them drop no. Well, hey, if you still want to post a link or something, people can get updates. You are more than welcome to post that if you want to post in the Overwatch channel.
for
Um,
sure.
feel free to do so. Again, this has been awesome, Spartan Buddy. Thank you so much for coming on. Um, and to everybody out there, thank you again for joining us. Thank you, Lixie, for the resub. Um, thank you, Richard, again for the subs earlier, buddy. Appreciate it. And yeah, love you all as always. And you know what? I'm gonna start doing a thing where Spartan, you're the guest. I'm gonna let you pick who we raid.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Who do we have on here? Um,
You might have to type it in chat though, unless you
I will. I will. You know what? I have a friend who also plays Overwatch, and he is going to be playing for another college. I don't remember which one it is. Actually, you know what? Penguin Cove's playing. Oh, man, that's a hard decision. There's like three people I'd really like to rate right now. I have a streamer friend who's playing Final Fantasy. I've got a buddy of mine who's playing Overwatch. You know what? Let's just do it. I got a buddy who's playing Overwatch, and he's going to be playing for a college in a few. I think it's next year. So
Okay.
let's put him in here. Give me 1 second. I'll grab his. Do I just put the link in the thing, or do you want me to put his name?
Just put the name, cause the
Okay,
yeah
give me 1 second here. The bot might take it away.
yeah.
Give me 1 second. It is Bay. Now he does get a little excited when people jump in, so we'll see what happens. But
That's okay.
uh, he's a nice kid. He's a really nice kid. I don't know what they're doing right now, so he's only got one viewer, so I think we'll make his night. So we'll go ahead and do that. So there it is in your chat there for you.
Okay. Is that it? Is that his icon?
Yep,
Okay.
that's him. That's him.
All right. Well, everybody, thank you again so much for everything that you all do. Thanks for coming. And of course, I always am appreciative that you all are supporting me by being here, but I also am super appreciative that you're supporting Spartan, Gasklin, Darko, whoever we're interviewing by being here as well. Because I can't speak for them, but I know it's awesome to have people show up and take an interest in what's going on uh, with, your Twitch stream, your life outside of Twitch. So thank you also. Yeah, and the raid command, feel free to spam if you all have the emotes. And with that being said, I think we're going to end it there. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. And I don't know if I'll be streaming before Sleepy Bear's interview tomorrow. I'll let you all know tomorrow afternoon. But either way, I will definitely see you at 8 p.m. Eastern, Yawny After Dark, for Sleepy Bear's interview. So, love you all, and good night.